back again on my live video. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my life. So, how to stay positive in a difficult situation? The situation is difficult. How to stay positive? Hello, thanks for joining my life. So, when you're in a difficult situation, how to stay positive? First of all, you have to make the decision that no matter what happens, you're gonna stay positive. You have to make that decision first. That's how you would start trying to know how to stay positive, because you should not be that person that will we just sit there and just say or just assume that these difficult times will not consume you without you doing anything about it. First, you have to make that decision. Say, no matter what I'm facing now, no matter what I'm going through now, I'm not going to let it consume me, you know. So you make that decision that this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let it break me. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay happy no matter what. And after that, you start finding ways. Thank you, Joe Alvodo, for joining. Hi, thank you, Mon. I don't know if I pronounce your name well. Thank you guys for joining. So you have to make that decision. Say, no matter what, I'm not gonna let anything break me. And then you try to find ways, ways to stay happy in the middle of a storm. But first of all, you have to sit down and try to think about what are the things that are stressing you. Is it money, which is a stressor for almost every one of us? Is it your relationship with your close partner? Just try to identify the stressor. Is it because you've not got the job that you want? After you've decided, okay, I'm not going to let what life struggles break me, then you try to identify whatever is your stressor. And after you've identified it, ask yourself this question: how am I contributing to what is happening to me? How am I? Maybe you are broke. Ask yourself, am I good with money? Am I working enough? Am I lazy? Or maybe because you are not having good relationship with people, maybe anyone that your friends, your family tend to just leave you and you feel alone. Ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Am I being nice? Am I being honest? Am I showing genuine love? These are the questions you ask yourself, and after you ask yourself and you just realize that whatever stress you are going through is not your fault, is no fault of yours, then you have to also remember that you cannot you cannot change what you cannot control, but you will change the way you react to it. You cannot control, what is not your fault. That's what I want to say. As long as you know that's not your fault, that's whatever struggle you're facing is not fault of yours. The financial difficulty, you're working yourself out, and you'll be tired after work. You're working probably full-time hours. It's just because the cost of living. Okay, you are treating people nicely, it's just because the type of people. Or you are treating your spouse, your insignificant other, you're treating them nicely, so it's no fault of yours. Now you know that, okay, this is a circumstance that I cannot control. Remember that anything that is not your fault, you cannot control it. So now the only thing you will have to do is to control how you react to it. How you react to it, that's what you have to do. And how are you going to react to it? You're going to think about the way you have been reacting to it that is affecting your peace, and you're going to try to change it. Do you understand? You're going to try to change it. And let's say maybe whatever you're going through is as a result of your action, because sometimes our actions are the ones that are getting us into trouble. Let's say, for instance, everyone is running away from you because you have a bad attitude, you have a bad mouth, you have a bad temper. You have to work on those. Or probably you are having issue because when you try to take your negativity to people, they give it back to you, or they give you worse. Then you have to work on those things. So that's how you will stay positive in the storm. If you cause the storm, you have to find a way to calm it. And if the storm is not as a result of your fault, you have to remember that you cannot control the storm, but rather you can control the way you react to it. And another thing also, if you are a person of faith, probably you're a Christian, remember the promises that God says in the Bible. A promise that He will bless you, He will not leave you, not forsake you. I know sometimes you face difficulties that seems as if God is not close by. The difficulty will be so severe, it will appear as if God is not there, but God is always there. Always remember, lean on His promises, and because that will give you hope. That's the thing why religion is important, or why your faith is important. And because you have hope, you will realize that you will feel calmness in the midst of the storm. Because whenever you feel down or you feel sad, you just remember, okay, this thing is going to come to pass. It's not going to be forever. There's hope that it's going to end. There's hope that things will get better. Because a lot of the time we get consumed in our problem because we lose hope. And another way to stay positive in a negative situation, or to stay positive while things are not working the way you want, is to always remember those that are in worse situation. I know you might be saying, oh, you don't even understand my situation. I don't care how serious your situation is. There are people out there that are in a worse situation than yours. Yes, believe it or not, there are people out there that are in a worse situation. Okay, maybe you say, okay, I'm homeless. What is worse than that? What is worse than homelessness is someone that is fighting for their life in the hospital. Yes, that is worse than homelessness. You are strong. You can find somewhere to go. You can find shelter, or you can try. At least you're strong. But the person that is about to, fighting to stay on this earth. And thank you. I kind of like how you're saying, and when I grow up, I want to be just like you. Oh, that's so sweet. But you're going to be yourself, okay? Don't try to be anyone. You are unique. You are important. You are so special. Everyone has their unique quality, okay? Don't try. You can learn from people, but don't try to be like them. And thank you so much for the comment. That's so sweet. Yeah. So as I say, you have to remember that no matter what you are going through, there are people that are going through worse situation than you. That is why I always advise, instead of you looking up to people that got everything that you want, it's okay sometimes to look up to them to keep motivated, but instead of you putting your focus mainly on those type of people, like mainly these are just the people that you follow, these are the people that you admire, why not take off your eyes from people that have arrived and just look at those people that are in worse situation than yours? So you will have reason to have hope, you will have reason to appreciate what you are having at that time, even though the storm is blowing. So that's how you can stay positive in a difficult situation. Think about those whose situation are worse than yours. So think about them, and that will give you hope. One thing, and also remember that most of the time this situation is to refine you, is to make you come out strong, because there's something good that is ahead of you, but God wants to prepare you. I have went through it, I'm still going through it, but it has got better. And I have friends that will look at me and say, you've changed so much. So sometimes the struggle that we face is to refine us. And even me myself, I know I've changed so much. I have matured, I have grown, because I have went through everything that will humble me. That's why God sometimes will let those difficult situations come your way in order to humble you for whatever He has for you. You see, Job lose everything. When I say everything, his children, he lost everything in the Bible, and to the extent that the wife told him, oh, why are you still believing in this God? That's why I'm telling you, faith is very important in the times of trials, because that faith will keep your health above water. That faith will help you not to think to do something that everyone will not like you to do. So she was like, curse God and die. And the other Job says, I'm not. He said, I'm going to trust God. And what did the Bible say? After he has suffered all the loss, God give him double, even triple of what he has lost. He replenishes. Thank you for the like. So that's the thing I am saying. So that's how you keep your head. Think about people in the Bible, if you're a person of faith, or in the Quran, that went through difficult times and they came out, with a lot more blessing. Like me, as I say, I've went through a lot, and during that time, what kept me is hope. What kept me is hope. It's hope that kept me. Even up to yesterday, I faced something that was not pleasant for me, but I keep the hope. Like, I was like, okay, this is just a phase. I know the time that you are expecting it to happen, when it doesn't happen, they say expectation delay makes the heart sick. You feel discouraged. That's human. We are all like that. If it doesn't happen at that time, or at the time you needed it, you will think that God has abandoned you, or that it's not going to happen. In fact, that's why the struggle is there, for you to give up. For you to give up and say, oh, this is my life, I'm not going to make it. For you to give up, that there is no hope. For you to just get to the point of giving up. And once you give up, you have lost everything. And that's why I'm here to encourage you to have that positive attitude while you are going through your struggles, because at the end of the day, that struggle is going to come to an end. I don't care how long it lasts, it's going to come to an end. And let's be real, stress cannot help you. It's okay to stress, it's okay to cry, but don't stay there. It will not help you. Do you know what stress will do? It will just add to the problem, because studies have shown that most of the sickness and medical condition are connected to stress. So instead of you stressing, just hold on to any hope. You can look at other people that have went through, like I was looking at one show of Steve Harvey when he was saying how much he struggled. Look at him now, because it's a season, but how you handle it will help you to be here and enjoy the other season of your life, the other season of your life, the season that you always want. how you handle it can help you to get there, and enjoy whatever that is in store for you. So that's the thing. The sooner you lose hope, then it is done. I am here to encourage you to have hope. You should not give up. Have hope that it will get better. Have hope that it's just a temporal. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. The only thing that is permanent is the word of God. Is the word of God. So whatever you are going through, I know there are voices that will tell you, oh, you're not going to come out of this. I promise you're going to come out of this. Okay, thank you so much. Go to sleep. Thank you. I do appreciate so much you staying. Thank you for liking and interacting with my life. So yeah, nothing is going to stay forever. That struggle you are saying, you are facing now, it's not going to stay there forever. It's just a phase. It's just a phase. Even us, we are not going to stay on this earth forever. The only thing that stays forever is the word of God. So why are you giving up when it's not going to be forever? Why do you want to buy yourself? You want to carry the K word yourself when it's just a season. I know you will say, oh, but this season has taken so long. Yes, but that doesn't mean you should give up, because I don't care how long it takes, it's going to pass off. It's going to pass off. You're going to cross to the other side. And honestly, as I tell you, you have to go through certain things for you to enjoy certain blessings that God wants for you, that God has in store for you, because He wants to prepare you in a way where when you get that blessing, you will know how to handle it. It's a process. It's a process. But you have to handle it with wisdom, with grace. With grace. Sometimes, sometimes we attribute our sufferings to witchcraft, to demonic powers. It's not always like that. It's not always like that. Sometimes it is God that is allowing us to go through these difficult times. He's trying to test us. He's trying to mold us, because He has something greater in store for us. And the only way He has something greater in store for us, and the only way He can give it to us is after He has tried us. He has tried us. We've went through the fire, and the fire didn't consume us. That's the only way He can do that for us. So that's the thing. So don't give up. Whatever you are going through now, it's just a phase. It's gonna pass off. It's just a phase. It's gonna pass off. You're gonna be okay. It's gonna pass off. It's just a phase. So please don't give up. And as I say, always remember those people that are in worse situations, and see a reason to stay and go through whatever you have to go through gracefully, because I promise you it's gonna get better. It's definitely gonna get better. So as I say, for those of you just joining, for you to stay positive in difficult situations, you have to first of all make that decision that no matter what comes my way, I'm not going to let it consume me. Then you have to sit down and see how you contributing to whatever struggle that you are facing. Are you contributing to it? Did you fail to do things? Probably you are facing hardship. Are you a lazy person? Do you refuse to work, or are you not looking for a job? How do you contribute to that issue? And after you think about that, if you are a contributor, then try to fix it. If maybe it's your attitude, fix your attitude, work on yourself. Maybe because you refuse to work, try to find a job, keep applying, or maybe you are the person that's that just don't know how to communicate. Maybe you are facing stress in your relationship, and probably the partner has measured that, oh, you don't communicate well. Just rule out that it is not your fault. But if you have contributed in any way to whatever you are facing, whatever difficulty, fix it, okay? Fix it. And after you fix it, and see how the problem will resolve. But let's say in a situation where you didn't contribute, you've checked yourself, it's no fault of yours. it's just happened, because most of the time we face trials that are not fault of ours. And then that's okay, because it's no fault of yours. You always remember, you cannot control that situation. That is not fault you, because you can't change it. The only thing you cannot control, the way you react to that situation. Control the way you react to the situation. How do you react? Do you react in a certain way? Learn how to react in a positive way. Most of the time we learn what we have to do. Like me, I'm still learning. And after you've learned, as I stated, always remember that whatever situation that you are facing, there are people that are facing lot more worse situation than yours. Yes, they are facing it lot more worse than what you are facing. And think about those people and keep hope alive in you. Keep hope alive in you. That's another way to stay positive. Because a lot of the time we'll be looking at people that are far ahead of us, and you'll be thinking, oh, why me? Why am I? So we fail to look at people that are in worse situation, so we can encourage ourselves. And after you've done that, if you're a person of faith, which I believe faith is very important in this type of work, just remember the promises of God. God say we provide. God say we bless. God say we protect. God say we lift up. And I know that maybe what you're facing looks as if God is not close by, but He is. And just hold on to His promises, because He's going to fulfill it. His word will not return to Him void unless it accomplishes that which He has sent it to do. So if He says it's going to bless you, He's going to bless you, no matter how long it takes. But are you going to give up before the blessing? No. Are you going to give up before the blessing? You want to make sure you stay here to experience the blessing that is after that struggle that you are facing. Stay here. And how are you going to stay? Stay positive. Keep hope alive. Yes, don't give up. Don't give up. Just know that if He has said it, He will do it. And just believe it. And honestly, God has never failed. He has not. He has never failed. As I stated, He has not. So that's how you stay positive. And let's say maybe after you've checked yourself, you know that whatever stress you are facing is not fault of yours. Probably is coming from people that you are associating with. You can cut them off. Create boundaries. Limit your interaction with people that cause stress in your life. Create boundaries. Limit your interaction with them. Because sometimes maybe it's families or people that you cannot cut off. But you can limit your interaction with them, because that's how you will stay positive. You deal with it. You either settle the issue if it's something that you can settle, like I say, or if it's something that is beyond you, no fault of yours, and you can't do anything, just try to, react to it in a different way, because you can only control your reaction to the problem. You cannot control a problem that is not the fault of yours. You cannot control it. Like for instance, if your issue, your stress is coming from the way people are treating you, you cannot control the way they treat you, but you can control the way you react to it, either by cutting them off or just walking away, and that's what you should concentrate on working towards. So that's how you stay positive, because it's not easy. But honestly, whatever you are facing is a phase, is a process. You're going to come out strong. You're going to come out, refined. You're going to look at yourself and you say, oh, thank God I went through what I went through. Because you're going to come out refined. You're going to come out strong, because God is taking you through the fire, because He's preparing you for a great thing ahead. There's a great blessing ahead. That's why God is taking you through the fire, so that it will prepare you. So as I'm saying, don't give up. Don't you ever give up. I know sometimes we feel like giving up. We do sometimes, but hang in there, okay? I promise you it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I promise you. You just have to believe it, because what you believe is what will manifest to you. If you believe it will never get better, then probably that's why it has not gotten better. But you have to believe, even if the situation is telling you that it's not going to get better, but you just look at the situation and tell the situation, no matter what, I know this is not the end. It's just a phase. It's going to pass off. It's going to get better. You know, that's how you stay positive. You have to do it by force. Like say, only the violence will take it by force. You have to, sometimes if you have to tell yourself that, oh please, you can call your name and say, like I can say, Augusta Tay, please don't give up. You know, don't give up. It's gonna get better. Because yes, if you have to do it like that. Anything that will keep your hope in you alive. Because the sooner you give up hope, you know, then that's how your problem will consume you. Yeah, so that's a word of encouragement to all of you guys. You know, I hope this video is going to help someone, and I can stop talking now and just be cooking. For those of you that are interested, I'm cooking some jute. I'm not really cooking, I'm just preparing it. Some jute leaf, guys. I'm preparing some jute leaf, which I will cook later. So that's the thing. I bought a lot of grains, a lot of them. Whew. So Someday, really thanks for joining. I don't understand what you're saying, but thanks for your comments. Thanks for interacting with my life. So yeah, I'm here making jute leaf and just encouraging people, you know, not to give up, how to stay positive during the storm, you know, during difficult times, how to stay positive, what to do, how I have stayed positive while I'm going through what I'm going through. So this is just a tips, and I hope it has helped someone. And for those of you joining, as I say, you can go back and watch. I don't know, I can repeat what I say. Thank you so much for interacting with my live video. Thanks for joining the live. Thank you so much. soon. Chop chop. So guys, I'm not seeing anyone on the live right now. Oh God, I need some more wine. Thanks for joining the live. So this is how you stay positive, okay? You have to always think about people that are in difficult situations and worse situation than yours. Very, very important. Very important. Most of the time we'll just be looking at people that have arrived. And that's why we feel like nothing is happening to our life. So how do you know that something is happening to your life? Start looking at those people that are in worse situation. You know, there are a lot of people that would like to be in your situation. Remember that. I know you're like, oh, how can someone want to be in my situation? You know, I can't pay my bills, I can't feed my family. Yes, there are people that just wants to be healthy like you. That's all they want. So that's all they want. They don't want anything. So they want to be in your situation. So always remember that, and please don't just give up like that. Don't just give up like that. The life that you think is worthless is a dream of another person. Because you may be thinking, okay, I can't do this, I don't have this, I don't have this. And you think, no, this is the dream. Whenever you want to give up, think about those people that are fighting to stay in this world. And also think about those people that are gone. They are gone forever. They want to be here. You know, they want to be here, but they are gone. Think about them and be grateful for what you have, okay? Oh God. Guys, I put a lot of lemon, but it's good lime. So thank you. Oh, you want me to tell you a story? Yes, I can tell you a story. You are back, I know, right? I thought you were gonna sleep. So can you tell me the type of story that you want me to talk about? Shirley, what type of stories do you want? Just give me a clue. Yeah, I have a lot of greens, so probably I will just do this once tonight. Then I'll leave the rest. Or maybe I'll do a little bit more. Story time. Yeah, what story do you want? Real story, true life stories? I have a lot of story. So what story do you want me to tell? A funny story. Oh, scary or funny story. Hmm. I don't know. I can just. Okay. I'm thinking of, because I don't know, for some reason some people think I'm funny, but I'm not that too funny. Um, I'm trying to see what I can say. Okay, so I'm trying to think. All my favorite. What's my favorite story? Okay, I can tell a story that I think is my favorite story, and probably you hear similar stories like that. So in this village in West Africa, there live a little girl. Her name is, let's assume her name is, I want to find, let me say her name is Fatimata. So this girl is so humble. She is so hardworking. She's little, but she was staying with auntie, and her auntie had other kids, but her auntie was not being fair to this girl. So because this is not a biological child, so she tends to treat the other children, more nicely. Like, she tends to favor the other children, her own children, more than this Aminata and Fatimata, I mean. So she will make sure her children eat well, and give Fatimata little or no food. And Fatimata will be the girl that will do all the dishes, we do all the laundry and everything basically in the house. And she bought nice clothes for our children, three of them. And Fatimata, she will never buy anything for Fatimata. So, but Fatimata is so obedient, and because of the way she has elevated her children, her own children were rude. They were not obedient at all. So one time, that's why I say it's a similar story that you may have had. So one time in the village, there was a prince, but this girl is a little girl and the prince is an adult, so it's not what you're thinking. There was a prince that come from another village and came to this village where Fatimata is. So the prince said that she wants to, like, he wants to adopt a child that will eventually become a princess, because, as I said, the prince is an adult. Hey, hello, I'm here. So I hope you like the story. And this is a true life story. Oh, thank you for liking. Thank you so much. So when he comes, and then the stepmother, of course, the auntie, because she's not a stepmother, the auntie decides to give one of her three kids to the prince. And the prince is like, I want a girl that is, or child that is well trained, well mannered. And the auntie said, okay, my children are well trained and mannered, but boy, before they could even leave the village to go to this prince village, because they did everything. So the prince didn't finish the paperwork. He was smart enough. He said, okay, before I do the paperwork to adopt you, I'm gonna see how you behave first. So the prince took one of our child, you know And when he took the child, and he has a male child, so which was more appropriate. So and because especially African, they tend to put more emphasis on the male child. So then the king took the male child, but they could not even leave the village. The boy started to misbehave, like started shouting at the prince. And when the prince would tell him to do something, we tell the prince, no, you can't tell me what to do. So the prince said, okay, well, I'm not going to take your child. And she was like, okay, you can take the other one. He said, no. He said, they are the same children, you brought them up. Do you have another child in the house? But she said no, she doesn't. Then the prince said, okay, well, I'm going to check in another house. And then while he was going, he saw Fatimata was sweeping the compound. And he saw that Fatimata looked humble, beautiful, and the Fatimata greeted him with so much respect. And then he was like, where do you stay? Are you staying here? And she said, yes. He said, but the woman inside, who is she? And she said, it's my auntie. She said, oh, there is no other child here. And he asked her, do you want to go to my, do you want to go with me? Because I need a child that I want to adopt that will take over me, because I couldn't have a child. That's the thing I forgot. The prince couldn't have children. And he's like, oh, I don't know, you have to talk to my auntie. So the prince went in back and talked to the Fatimata's auntie, and Fatimata's auntie said, no, she's not going anywhere because she's the one doing all the house chores. If she goes, who is going to do it? And the prince is like, you have grown up, they are not like grown, but they are older than Fatimata. He said, you have children that are older than Fatimata, so why can't they do the chores? And then the back and forth will come, but eventually the king was able to take her with him. And when he took her with him, he observed her, and then he realized, okay, she's respectful, she's so humble, and then she did the paperwork, and then she eventually become a princess. So there's this time that this other village where she came from was having difficulties, like they have famine, everything dried up, everything, and then our sisters and our auntie decide to come to this village, because this village have plenty, because they always told it, they are business minded, this other village. So they came like to beg for food, and when they came, who do they meet? It was Fatimata. So Fatimata was in charge of the food, and they were so ashamed, and they want to go back, and Fatimata told them, no, don't go, I can help, I can give you some food. But they were so ashamed, and they started apologizing. Fatimata is like, okay, I don't have anything against you guys, because the way you treated me makes me to be humble, makes me to be humble, because you treat me so harshly, like I don't have option but just to be humble. That comes back about why trials my grandma I haven't seen for 5 years is coming over in 3 hours. Okay, where do you stay? That's good. I'm so glad your grandma, grandma be spoiling you guys. Grandma be spoiling. Do you want to get a lot of people watching your live stream, then go outside and do something funny like a cartwheel? Yeah, but it's late right now. I don't even know if I can do cartwheel. It's late right now. It's very late here, so I can't go outside. I know people like funny videos. I started making some funny video one time, and I have some views, but I deleted it. Yeah, I did deleted it. I don't know if I can post it, but it was on my other channel. Yeah, so I can tell you the story of one of my videos. So what happened in the video, um okay, the teacher comes to class, and there's this particular different students, the way different students eat in class. So you see, you have the one that will have the book. My counter is wet, unfortunately, but I'm gonna show you what I did. And it was a funny video. Probably this, I don't know. That's a good idea. I'm so glad you're suggesting. Let me take off this here. Oh, I need to take the big bag to put it there. Yeah, we need to take the big bag. Who else hang their trash bag on the, because I take it out every day. That's why I hang it. I have a trash can in my balcony. So, okay, different ways children eat in class. I know here you don't have to do it here in the overseas. So there's this other person. I don't know if you're seeing me. Let me put it here so you can see. You're seeing what? Are you seeing the counter? Yes, you are. So there's this one. These are the ones that will hide the food in between the book. Okay. So this is how. So when the teacher is teaching, she will be like, and when the teacher turns to write on the blackboard, she's gonna. So that's the first way some people eat. Okay, they keep it in between the book. And honestly, I've eat like that back in Africa because they don't let us eat. And the second way the people eat in class in Africa, I've done this. So they're gonna put the bag on the counter, on their table. Let's assume this is their table, okay? And then they have this, mostly it's bread. Let's assume it's in here. So they're gonna be, let me hold a pen, okay? It was funny. Probably I will save it. I don't know. If it's not funny, let me know. So they're gonna hold the pen like this, and the bag is gonna be here, and the book is here. So they're gonna be serious when the teacher is and after the teacher explains, they're gonna make like this. The sooner the teacher turns, they're gonna go in. So that's how the second people eat. So the third set of people, their bag will be on the floor. Okay? It's gonna be, let's assume this is the floor because I want you to see it. I don't know if I have to come with a chair. I didn't do anything for you, you've been supporting me. So let's say this is the floor and I'm sitting here, and where's my book? And this is my book. Okay? So now my bag is down here. My snack is in there. My snack is in here. So it's open. So first, while I'm writing, when the teacher turns, I will just open it. Like this. You know, I don't want her to see me. Then if she has what's there, I will just say, oh, it's my book, it's my book. I'm just trying to take off my pen, you know, and that. And my book will be open like this. So the sooner the teacher turns, and this is my bag, and I'm sitting like this, I will just, you see how fast I just take it, I throw it in my mouth. So that's the third set of people, how they eat in class. Then the other set of people, one will be sitting here, and the other one has food, and he wants to ask the other one, because that's how we eat in class. And probably you've seen the other one just throw food, and he will be like, they want the teacher to it on. And we're gonna put our hands under the chair and grab the food. Oh yes, I dress like it. The time I did it, I wear something like uniform, but I don't have it now. So you're gonna drag it. Then the last set of people. These are the people. Oh God. Let me show you what the last set of people will do in class. In class, oh, because it's just coming in. So the last set of people will come with a pot in class, and will sit there, raise their feet up, and when the teacher is, so the teacher will turn and be jog, like will be surprised, and they will just. So that's how the video was. So I don't know if it's funny, but I think it was funny. A lot of people laughed. because I'm not dressing and there's no blackboard. I make sure, I switch roles. There's someone on the blackboard and so. And another thing about African parents. Now you want stories. I don't know if you are from Africa. I have done that. I have done that to my daughter, and my daughter was confused. So they're gonna ask, they're gonna tell you to bring something for them. Let's say they want you to bring the cup of salt or a seasoning. They will tell you that, let's assume Auguste, go and bring me the salt, and probably you didn't hear properly, or maybe you hear but you don't know where you should put the salt. So of course it's natural to say, okay, mommy, when I bring the salt, where do you want me to put it? Do you know what the African mama would say? She would say, put it on my head. Put it on my head. And if you don't know what that slogan is, you dare to put it on her head, you will get a whooping of your life. You will get a whooping of your life. And also, let's say a neighbor needs something from your mama, your African mama. Maybe your neighbor comes to borrow to borrow like a knife. Oh, my knife is lost. They have stolen my knife. Yeah, I'm going to upload a video and then I'll be back. Okay, good. So thank you. I'm here. So let's say your your neighbor wants to borrow a knife. Maybe let me don't say knife. Let me say your neighbor wants to borrow a spoon, a wooden spoon to cook fufu. And then the neighbor comes and they ask for wooden spoon to your mom and say, oh, okay, Augusta, say, I didn't see my wooden spoon. Can you borrow me your wooden spoon? I will need to cook fufu. So Augusta, who is the mother, who is gonna tell her daughter, let's say her daughter is Fatimata, gonna say, oh, Fatimata, go and look for the wooden spoon. And when she said go and look for the wooden spoon, that means you should not come with a wooden spoon. And if she wants you to come with a wooden spoon, she's going to tell you, go and take the wooden spoon. So that means even if you don't see it, you look for it until you find it and come with it. So these are slogans that you can miss. I remember the first time I told my daughter, and it was just recent, because one, I know they are Americans, and two, I'm no longer in Africa. So she was like, mommy, I said, let her go and bring me something. She was like, mommy, when I bring it, where do I put it? I say, on my head. She was like, your head? I say, yes. And she was about to put it on my head. I'm like, if you try that. And then I told her the story of why, a mother would say, put it on my head, because like, it's just like a back talk, So I don't know if this is funny. I don't know. Shelly, what are you doing? I'm trying to be funny here because you asked me to. I don't know. I see you watching with one eyes. But thank you for laughing. Thank you for enjoying. So that's the thing about African mama. And when African mama is say, okay, today I'm going to study you. I'm going to help you study or help you with your homework. Oh my God, that's the worst nightmare. I'm telling you, that's a worst nightmare. Even me myself, I didn't like when my mom wants to study me, because the fear will be so much in me. I remember my mom would say, I don't know how you'll be getting good grades in school because you're not doing good, because you are making me to be afraid when I'm studying with you. So they will shout. Little mistake, they will shout and you'll be shivering. You'll be shivering, guys. So that's another thing also. Yeah, like when they told you, come, let's do some homework, you're gonna make sure you gather yourself, like you should not make mistake, like they don't want just perfection. So that's the thing. So that's another thing about African mama. And another thing, I don't know what, but we have a lot of funny things that when I look back, I'm like, okay, this is so funny. This is so funny. Oh, Charlotte, thank you. At least you enjoyed my story. I'm not saying it in vain. I do appreciate your support. Yeah. So yeah, you can upload a video. I don't know. I don't know if I can follow. Do you have a channel? Let me see. Shirley. I think I don't know how to like. Yeah. Just comment. Thank God you've commented on this live. So after the live, I will see. Because if you're posting comedy, something that I'm interested in, I am interested in. Are you a content creator too? Are you a content creator? Do you post on YouTube? Do you post on YouTube? Are you a content creator? Charlie, me, I'm about to go. Thank you, but I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate your love. Thank you so much. See you in my next video, okay? Bye.